Alright, 2 days ago I saw Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max. I would definitely go see it at a movie theater, but there's one problem. Is that because of the pandemic? Well, actually, technically it is, but my movie theater closed down because the mall itself officially closed down, and they're tearing it down right now and turning it to a warehouse, probably an Amazon warehouse. So, boo. So, I'm hoping that they'll make another movie theater around on in this town. So, we'll see what happens. But I can just still go down to the movie theaters as well. I saw Godzilla vs Kong on HBO Max on my mom's new TV in the living room. A 75-inch 4K TV from Roku TV, well TCL. Oh, it's an awesome TV, and what do you call it? But before I talk about this one, I gotta talk about what I thought about the other or MonsterVerse movies. Starting with 2014's Godzilla movie from the director of Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. That one, I like parts of it. There are definitely when Godzilla is on screen, he is really cool. Well, it's actually a great, and I like how he battles off of those bug creatures and stuff. When it comes to the human characters, or aside from Bryan Cranston being great, everything else is bleh. Or not terrible, not that bad. It's just mediocre. But the movie itself was okay. So I remember watching and I had a great time with it, especially seeing Godzilla do his atomic breath on the big screen. The movie itself is just kind of a bland it's kind of, well, not too bland. It's just more of an okay a flick. So I enjoy parts of that movie. Kong Skull Island. I actually watched that right after I saw this movie, Godzilla vs Kong, because I actually never got a chance to see it in theaters. I never got a chance to rent it or something. So I saw that on HBO Max as well. Well, it's better than Godzilla. Well, I have to admit, but the problem is, much like Godzilla, Kong was barely in the movie. However, the human characters were really likable. Wreck-It Ralph himself, John C. Reilly, was probably the best was like the best human character in the movie. Like, I love Tom Hiddleston, I love Brie Larson, I love Samuel L. Jackson, I love John Goodman in the movie. Like, I really like the human characters in the movie as well. That was an improvement of the last of Godzilla. And the monsters that we do come across are really cool and fun to watch. I really like the tribe that we come across. So I thought it was an overall fun movie. Really liked Kong Skull Island. Godzilla King of the Monsters. I don't get the mixed reaction for that film on Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of people like me agree that it is an improvement of the last one. We see more scenes of Godzilla. We see more scenes of the monsters. We get a really good variety of them. Not just Godzilla, but Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. You already know about my review about that one. I absolutely love I absolutely love Godzilla King of the Monsters. I thought it was an improvement. It was more fun. The best scene in the movie was the big fight in Boston. It was really worth seeing on the big screen. Absolutely love that movie. Still don't get the mixed reaction though from critics. And I don't understand why it kind of underperformed at the box office. Now we have the big one, the big monster fight between Godzilla versus Kong, and it's the best. It's the best of these movies. It's like everybody else. It's such an awesome movie. We I will say one small nitpick I have with it. I actually two of them. Very quickly before I quickly talk about what's going on in the film. Oh, Godzilla's kind of barely in the movie as well. There's a bit more, but it's kind of like the same issue as the first Godzilla movie. However, we get a lot more scenes with Kong. I have to admit, which we'll get to that in a minute. And the villain characters, much like in Godzilla, like King of the Monsters, are pretty bland. Or like this girl that follows. owes this other lady that has an adopted daughter, and she's pretty bland. And the guy, and the well, two other guys, always who are running like a certain monster, which I'll get to that in a minute, are also pretty bland as well. Oh, the story itself, it takes place 5 years after the events of King of the Monsters, or since the rest of the city of Boston got completely destroyed. Right, so Godzilla basically is killing innocent people, but there might be, but the little girl from the last film, played again by Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, was basically goes on an adventure with her best friend, played by the kid from Deadpool 2. Or, Russell, the kid that Cable was chasing after. Or when I found out that it was him, I thought it was pretty awesome. But they do come across the two characters come across this podcaster, are played by Brian Tree Henry, which is also probably the best human character in the movie. They basically find out why Godzilla is like destroying quote unquote innocent people from an evil company called Apex, and then when that's going, so they try to figure out the mystery, and when that's going on, there's another story involving, the basic main plot of the film is also involving Kong, and he is on Skull Island. However, it's a giant dome, a simulator, in fact, called being monitored by a company called Monarch, and there's this lady that has a deaf girl that communicates Kong with sign language, and she's part of the tribe, which the tribe from Kong Skull Island, which we probably think that that the rest of the tribe got wiped out. Which I think that's the case, or whatever. But anyway, let's keep on going. So basically, they know about this place called Hollow Earth, and they transport Kong on so that way he can basically. And plus, Kong is in danger because Godzilla is after him as well. So they take him on a boat, and we know the boat scene in the movie, especially from the trailer. And Godzilla and Kong have their first fight, and it's awesome. It has great effects so far. And then Kong pretends to die, and everyone else pretends to die, and Godzilla swims away. So they basically do come across Hollow Earth. It's gorgeous looking. It is cool to look at. Or it's basically like a topsy-turvy world in terms of like gravity and stuff, which I don't want to necessarily spoil that one. Well, actually did kind of spoil it, but it looks so freaking cool. So that's going on, going back to Millie Bobby Brown's story arc, they find out why, or what's going on with Godzilla as well, because the company Apex framed him or something, and plus, they think technology is better than regular like a monster, like a what do you call it? Like a machinery or Titan would be the better option than just a regular Titan. And so, what do you call it? So, of course, we see what they actually, they created, and we already know it's spoiler alert, it is Mecha Godzilla. Come on, you knew with the trailer, when you saw the trailers to this film, you knew that this was coming. So, it is Mecha Godzilla. He looks so cool. He's like a transformer or something. Well, not like a transformer, but the robotic version of him, of Godzilla, looks really cool. And there's like a simulator, like a virtual reality set inside of King Ghidorah's skull, which I thought that was really cool. That they did that. So it's I don't want to spoil who wins the battle, but I guess we pretty much knew. It's kind of obvious, but whatever. But the good stuff about the film, I already did talk about the problems with the film. Let's get to the really good stuff with the film really quickly before I wrap this up. Godzilla still looks awesome. His roar is still awesome. He's still my favorite monster. About Kong, or about King Kong, he definitely gets a lot more screens, probably a little more than what Godzilla had on in the last film on those. But when it does focus on Kong, it's probably the best part so far. And he's really interesting. He's very lovable. The little girl who communicates with him through sign language, she was adorable. She was very lovable. Oh, her adopted mother, she's likable enough. I just wish just a little bit more charm to her would come in. I mean, she's a decent character, but I just wish that just a little bit more charm would come out of her. But a lot of the time we do mainly focus on Godzilla, on Kong. I mean, like Godzilla's barely in this. I mean, if you already noticed. And once in a while we'll see the little girl, and Russell himself, and on the podcaster, or they get a few genuine laughs. The podcaster gets a lot of good laughs. Actually, he was pretty funny. And the big fight scenes with Godzilla and Kong, when they appear on screen, it is unbelievably fun. I guess, in many respects, it does have some of the best fight moment scenes in any of these monster movies. It does. But my personal favorite of all of them, in terms of fighting, I definitely say it's the fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra, at least in my opinion. But I definitely agree that this is it's definitely like the best of. It is like the best. But it's just not my personal favorite. But But like I said, I agree. When we see the big fight in Hong Kong, it's unbelievable. It's just extremely unbelievable, and it's so much fun. It does get pretty intense too once in a while. There were some pretty intense scenes in Godzilla, no, in Kong Skull Island, but this one goes a little more intense. But it's just so much fun to watch. The visuals and CG effects are unbelievable as well. Like some of the best, definitely the best of looking out of all of these films. And when we do see more of Godzilla's atomic breath, we already know that this was directed by by Adam Wingard, the director of Death Note. But I hear that he has done better movies, though. And the story was done by the director of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and also Krampus. But this also drew my attention. Terry Rossio. You don't want to know what he... yeah, the Terry Rossio. You want to know that he wrote? Aladdin, Shrek, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He's the Legend of Zorro, Mask of Zorro. He helped out with Treasure Planet. It's that same dude. No wonder why some of the comedy was funny. I think that's why. But holy crap, they actually got the guy who helped out with Aladdin and the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But so I guess that's really about it. I'm really interested in seeing what happens next. I want to see what happens in the next Godzilla movie. I want to see what happens with Kong, or with him being in Hollow Earth and stuff. So that's my full-on opinions about the film. I think this might be my favorite movie of this year, until a certain Looney Tunes kind of film comes out. And yes, it is Space Jam: A New Legacy. That comes out in a few months. I'm really excited for that movie, like everybody else is. It's because I've been dying to see a trailer. And who would have thought? I went from seeing a pretty good movie, or a pretty charming and enjoyable movie like Useless and Florence and Useless, and a very mediocre movie like the new SpongeBob movie, to an awesome movie like this. If you have seen so that's it. I love this movie, absolutely love it. And if you haven't seen it, comment below. I definitely say, check it out as well. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe on the Bostonian Critic. And I will see you later on. Take care.